everyone, it's me again, and welcome to Faith's Faces. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Faith Grenade, and I put makeup videos here on YouTube. And you should subscribe and hit that little bell icon down below. It'll notify you every time I upload so you don't miss a minute of this riveting action. Can you dig it? I can dig it. We can all dig it, and we can be friends. It's great. It'll be great. It'll be great. What you've stumbled across is Faith's Faces, which is usually a get ready with me or a makeup tutorial. Today though, we're doing something a little bit different. I was perusing my time hop today as I'm filming this. It is March 9th, and basically the long and the short of it is I am the lead makeup designer for a theatrical production in Bethesda, and we opened today. I have been in tech week all week. I haven't had any time to sit down and film for this week, but then I was perusing my time hop today and I saw this photo of a makeup look I did 6 years ago. This was when I was first starting to get into makeup, like really into makeup. Like I hadn't really been doing makeup regularly that long, maybe a few months. So like really wearing makeup in earnest, like trying to get better at it. So this was when I'd only been doing makeup for a couple of months, and it shows. Didn't really know what I was doing. So today's video, I am going to improve upon the look that I wore 6 years ago today. I think I did a pretty good job, don't you? 6 years later, I am a working makeup artist and I know a lot more than I used to, so I decided to take that look and improve on it. So this is what we ended up with: a nice neutral eye with a nice deep lip, very, very smoky, very sexy, very sort of, I took the same feel that I wanted for that look back then and I sort of recreated it here using all of the products and techniques that I have now, and I'm very, very happy with the way this came out. I feel so pretty when I wear looks like this, and if you want to know how I went from this to this in 6 years, just keep on watching, baby. Y'all, I'm using a tripod today. Feels weird. I already did my eyebrows and one eye mostly, just to kind of give myself an idea of where I was going with this. So in that photo from 6 years ago, I really didn't have a whole lot going on the eyes. I don't think I really did eyeshadow at all. I just attempted to do a wing liner and then that was it. Now, I know now that winged eyeliner isn't my thing. I just don't have the eye shape for it. It always ends up turning out wonky and weird, so I just don't do it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to wing out shadow, which is a way to get the same effect. So first, I'm going to take the Balm's Take Home the Bronze Anti-Orange Bronzer in the shade Oscar. They did change the names of these shades. I think the Motion Picture Academy got to them and were like, yeah, you can't do that. But this is the lightest shade of their bronzers. I just got these in the mail the other day, along with they were having a sale that was like crazy good, so I bought all of the bronzers and the Meet Match Maker palette because I have all of the Meet Matte palettes and this one was just really cute looking. So I'm going to take this light bronzer. It is going to be my transition shade, and we are going to pop this into the crease, blowing it out, blowing it out. Now that that is on, I'm going to go ahead and take the new Becca Ocean Jewels eye palette. This guy, it's limited edition, but it's still available. And I am going to take a sort of flat but fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip into this chocolatey brown shade on the bottom here. This shade is called Tourmaline, this one right here. So I'm going to take Tourmaline and I'm going to put that into the outer corner, starting on the lid and then working my way up into the outer corner and into the crease. We're just using this to darken everything out. This is a very nice brown though. It does blend very nicely, even though she's dark. And that's the one thing that's kind of missing from this palette for me, is a transition shade. I would have loved to see like a light, mid-tone tan color and just to use as a transition shade, but I mean, it's a limited edition palette. It's got a bunch of cool duochromes in it, so I'm really not that butthurt about it. I'm going to take our little transition shade brush and we're just going to run that over the top, blend them edges, and you can see, I mean, this brown blends very nicely. It blends out pretty easily for how dark it is. Not bad, not bad at all. And then I'm going to take that same palette and I'm going to take the shade Seashell, which is up here, this matte creamy color. You can use any matte skin tone shade you have. This is a little bit lighter than my skin, and I'm just going to pop that on the lid and sort of use it to carve out that lid. You guys see me do this all the time. Because I have deep set eyes, I don't have a ton of lid space. I like using these lighter colors and really just drawing the inner part of my lid. And then I'm going to go back in with my dark color brush, no additional product on it, and I'm just going to sweep past to blend the darker shade with the lighter one. This doesn't have to be super exact because we're throwing eyelashes on top of this look anyway, so don't sweat it too much if it's not exactly the way you want it to be. I've been driving up about an hour and a half one way to get to the theater, and then we're in rehearsals until midnight some nights. So I'm not getting home until like 2 in the morning, and then I have to wash, literally, not exaggerating, 30 brushes a night for the last week. I've been so exhausted, but it's life, dude. I can't really complain because, I mean, I've always wanted to be a working makeup artist, and theater has always been a big part of my life, so it feels really good to actually be like doing what I love for a living. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm going to take Tourmaline again on the same brush, and we're going to rock this on the outer part of the lower lash line, connecting with the top. I used to do this from time to time, but not really. Eyeshadow was not my strong suit at the beginning. I didn't really know what blending was and that it was a thing that I could do to improve my shadow looks. And I always thought for the longest that I was just destined to have eyeshadow crease on me because I didn't know that eyeshadow primer was a thing. And I think when I learned about eyeshadow primer, it like legitimately changed my life. Like, I can confidently say that. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to take our bronzer and we use that to kind of blend that deeper shade out a little bit. One thing I do now that I never used to do is put a highlight in the inner corners of my eyes, like a shimmery highlight, to really bring my features forward. My back hurts. God, I've been arching my back too much. But I'm going to use one of the exact same highlighters I've been using since day one. This is the Balm Mary Luminizer. You guys know I absolutely love this stuff. I'm going to take a little eyeshadow brush and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner, and that just brings the eyes to life. It looks like I've gotten sleep. And I'm going to run that on the lower lash line as well, just to open up the eyes a little bit. You know what? I'm actually going to put that on the lid a little bit too. I can't help myself. Honestly, I just love shimmer too damn much. As much as I try to do all matte looks, it just looks so much better when you've got that little bit of shimmer just peeping through. But you could absolutely keep this matte if you want to. I don't know when I started getting glammed up for opening nights. It's something that I've always did. Even before I started doing makeup, I was just putting on, like, I always dressed nicely. You know, I always like wore some kind of nice something or other for opening night, because it's just like, you know, you're trying to make a good first impression. Caffeine break. Now for liner, lashes, and mascara. I never used to wear false lashes, but we're upgrading, right? We're upgrading this look. So I've already upgraded the eyes by just adding more to them, and I'm already way happier with that. But I am gonna add some mascara and some lashes. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics Superhero, like always, Ride or Die, really great mascara. And then I'm going to throw on my favorite lashes of the moment, which are Ardell 113 Wispies. You guys heard me mention them in weeks past. It basically looks like you got lash extensions, but you're wearing just a pair of false lashes, which is way easier and way cheaper than getting lash extensions. Not that there's anything wrong with lash extensions. It's just I wear falsies too much I wear makeup too much to get lash extensions. But I'm gonna put those on. Because all that stuff is really boring, I'm gonna go ahead and do it off camera. Liner, I'm not trying to do any liner today. Because I did winged liner in that look, and as you saw in the photo, it just disappears on my skin, and I have such small lids to begin with that I try to avoid liner if at all possible, because it just makes my lid disappear and it makes my eyes look hooded, and that's not the look I'm going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes and mascara off camera, and I'll be back with the rest of the face. Okay guys, lashes are on, and do you see what a difference that makes? Like, honestly, these lashes are amazing. The only thing I don't like is that the inner corners sometimes make it look pretty obvious that I have lashes on, because I have like no eyelashes on my inner corners. I did my face as well, just like my foundation routine, because I already have a video for that now. I just did an updated video for my rosacea foundation routine. Leave it in the cards up there in case you guys wanted to see it. I love the complexion I'm doing. The only different thing that I did is I double set with both the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder to add just that little tiny bit of extra coverage, because my skin has been on one lately. Stress mixed with weather changes equals face skin goes crazy. But I double set with both the Maybelline Fit Me powder for just that extra little bit of coverage and skin-like finish, and then just through the T-zone I used the Visart setting powder, which I've been absolutely loving for like makeup longevity oil absorption purposes. It just does what I need it to do. But we're moving on. I'm going to use the same bronzer that I used on my eyes, which is Oscar. I do have Oscar, Tony, and Grammy, but I'm going to try Oscar first because it seems to be the palest of the three. And I'm going to use a big, fat, fluffy brush. I'm kind of scared. And I'm going to bronze, because for the longest I've been using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I was just like, I need to like step away and try something new, you know? And this claims to be an anti-orange bronzer, so I'm all about that. As someone who has a light skin tone with yellow-green undertones, bronzer tends to look really orange on me really easily. This one doesn't seem to be doing that though. It seems to be looking really, really nice. I put bronzer on top of my cheekbones, not underneath, because that's where the sun would naturally hit, and bronzer is meant to make you look tan. It's not really meant to contour with. This is such a nice bronzer. Good job, The Balm. The Balm is killing it with the products lately. Like, everything they've been coming out with has just been one hit after another, honestly. And I mean, The Balm isn't one of those brands that does like releases every 5 minutes, but what they come out with is usually really, really good. So you can just tell, you know, that they put a lot of thought into their formulations, and their powders are fantastic. I love them. Okay, so that's good. That was like the quickest bronzing I've ever done in my life. I'm so not used to using bronzers that are actually like reasonably pigmented, because part of what I like about Physicians Formula's Butter Bronzer is that it's not pigmented, or not like super, super pigmented, so you can kind of play around with it and build it up. But this one's actually like pretty pigmented. Not so much that I'm like feeling overwhelmed by it or anything, but it's decently pigmented. I am gonna contour a little teeny tiny bit just because it's opening night, we're feeling extra, and I've got the time to do it. So I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette, old school, and I'm just running a little bit of the lightest shade under my cheekbone just to get that carve. I feel like nobody contours anymore. Oh shit, I have a cream contour palette that I've been meaning to play around with, and I just have never gotten around to it. because I always powder beforehand. I totally forget. These are all still the Saucebox brushes, which I absolutely love. Now for blush. I think I'm gonna use Dreaming Coral by Kiko. I just can't stop using these blushes lately. It's a problem. Like, I have other blushes in my collection, but these are just doing it for me right now. Like, they get it done. They're beautiful, decently pigmented, easy to blend. They just give that little bit of a flush to the face. Although I did read one of Kevin James Bennett's posts that said, like, oh, you know, berry shades are what you should be using because they are red violet, which simulates the color of blood when it's under the skin, which is true. I mean, can't deny that, but as someone who has rosacea, my whole goal is to make it look like there isn't blood rushing to the surface of my skin. So I'm gonna stick to my peaches and corals for now. Okay, looking good so far. Blush and bronzer are on. Now for highlight. You can use the same highlight you used on your cheeks. That's probably what I'm gonna, or on your eyes rather. That's probably what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna take the Balm Mary Lou, super quick and easy. Same thing you used on your eyelid, just grab that same highlight and slap it on the cheek. Fix and set the makeup first with MAC Fix Plus, otherwise known as the only MAC product I use. You know, I love MAC Fix Plus, like the product itself. I love the way it makes my foundation look. I hate the packaging. Like, how it just feels bulky. Like, it feels like hard to push down. Am I the only one who feels that way? Like, this spray bottle feels so clunky, and it's just like, you could just put it in a normal spray bottle. Like, come on. But it's MAC, you know, they have their shtick, they have their thing they like to do. Far be it from me to stop them. Sorry if I keep looking in the viewfinder. My kit is in my car, and so are both of my stand-up mirrors. So I don't have any mirrors, so I've just been using handheld mirrors and my viewfinder. And then I'm going to be extra and double set again with my PPI Blue Marble Makeup Sealer Spray. Y'all know the drill with this one. I swear PPI improved the sprayer on their setting spray because it sprays so much better. It's not like, I'm not getting as many huge droplets as I used to with the old packaging. So now for lips. Lips, really anything goes with this. This is a fairly neutral eye look, so you could pair it with just about anything. I'm kind of on the fence, to be totally honest. Like, part of me wants to do something dark and really sort of vampy and sexy, and the other part of me wants to do something really bright. But that's really kind of what you want to go for. You either want to go for something really dark or really bright, because this is a neutral eye look, so if you put a neutral eye look with a nude lip, it's just going to kind of make everything disappear. So I'm kind of caught, because part of me wants to use one of my Sephora Lip Stories lipsticks, because I've been absolutely loving these, but the other part of me knows that I'm going to, like, not be able to touch up my makeup for a little while because I'm going to be doing other people's makeup. So part of me wants to go with a liquid lip, but I will figure that out and we'll come back to show you the finished look. Y'all, I spent the last hour putting on various lipsticks. I opted to go with one of my old time favorites, which is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in number 27. This is not quite black, it's more of a deep oxblood burgundy, which I really love on myself. I think it brings out the goldenness in my skin and it makes me look like some kind of bad bitch, which, yeah, I mean, when you're, you know, under high stress situations, it can be nice to feel like a badass motherfucker, you know? It's nice. It's nice to feel like a bad bitch sometimes. Without further ado, the thing I always forget to do, let's do some awkward posing. Awkward posing. Looking down, looking forward, looking fierce. I hope you guys found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining. If you did, there's a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt, you know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, you got a couple options now. You can click the videos on either side of my head to binge if you're bored or bummed out, or hey, you can hit that button that looks like my face and subscribe and become a member of the faithful today. I put out new videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me today. And if you really love me and you want to toss me a little something, I got a Patreon link down below. Thanks so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!